Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Table Talks. This is the podcast where we dive into the different stories behind different clubs, faculty, staff, and students here at IC. Brought to you by the Ithaca. You can check out more of our work from wherever you're watching right now or by visiting theithacan.org. Now, today, I am joined by the International Club's president, Baneet. How are you doing today, Baneet?
I'm doing really good. Thank you for having me on.
Of course, of course. Now, if you don't mind telling to the viewers at home, what exactly is the International Club and what is your role in it?
All right. Hi, Baneet, as mentioned. So the International Club has kind of two purposes. One of them is to provide like a community and support to the international student community here on campus. We're small, but we're here thriving and pretty close together. And then another one, which is kind of our primary one, is we're an event organization club. We organize about 3 to 5 events throughout the semester, and that can range from a simple karaoke night with like 40 to 50 people to our upcoming interfashional night, which is a modeling and performance showcase, which about 150 students attend almost yearly. We kind of do the two different things. And then I personally, I am the president of the International Club, so I kind of oversee its overall functioning. And I've been on the e-board since my freshman year, so about 3 years now.
So I just wanted to ask, when you were talking about the fashion club, I noticed that this had been like a yearly thing that this has been going on before. I was just wondering if you could talk about maybe how that started or what you guys hope to do with it in the future.
Yeah, so some of the kind of events that we organize have been here much before I joined the club. For example, in the fall, we do what's called a One World concert, which started off as like a tiny get-together for just like the international student community, where they would do, just like song performances, dance performances, anything that, any of the students wanted to kind of show their fellow peers. And then that has turned now into we perform at Ford Hall, which is like the biggest stage on campus, and it's like a cappella groups, dance clubs, individual performers. We get everybody, to just kind of perform, show their work, and just sometimes even share the culture that they're trying to represent. And then Interfashional Night has always been our biggest event of the whole year. We have, a modeling showcase, so we have, a ramp, and students and faculty members sometimes, walk down the ramp in their traditional clothing, to the music of their choice, make it a little bit fun. And then we also have people performing there as well. We get like a lot of dance performances and kind of song performances. And all of those are just like events that students can find some joy in. They can find a way to celebrate the culture that they're bringing in, and also learn about different cultures that they might not have. Like every year I go to one of these events, even though I'm organizing it, I like see a flag on the screen, and I'm like, I don't know what flag that is. And then I learn about it instantly, and I learn about the people, the culture. And that's something that I think is really great about all these events is you never know what you're going to get. And, the food is great, so you get to do that too.
About the food, are members allowed to bring in their own food, or is it kind of something that you guys prepare on the side or prepare with other businesses outside of Ithaca College?
Yeah, for food, we usually prepare it from our side. So we work with our conference and event services a lot. We work with them to organize, like when we have like our bigger events, we work with them to organize our catering, and always we try to have like a little bit of different cuisines every time. And then for some of our other events, like last semester, we collaborated with the South Asian Student Association for the Diwali event, where we got Indian food from a local restaurant, New Delhi Diamonds, and we got them to come in, prepare a lot of food, and we had about 110 people attend, and most of them, let's be honest, we're there for the food. They came in, took a lot of food, and they were like sitting in IC Square talking while there was a dance floor going on with Bollywood music, and that's like a sight you don't get to see every day on campus.
Wow. Yeah, no, I agree. I think I think food is like a great way to help bring people together.
Definitely.
Speaking of bringing things together,
Mm-hmm.
so you mentioned how you end up reaching out to a lot of different clubs on campus. I just wanted to ask, how do you find, like, what clubs do you specifically look for when you're looking to collaborate? Or what could some clubs do to be able to be a part of the International Club's events?
Yeah, we are always looking to collaborate with more clubs. That has been one of our working goals for this academic year. And that's something that, like I said, in the fall, we worked with South Asian Student Alliance. And that was kind of like our jumping off point, which we were like, okay, let's see if we can actually do this. Because as a like event organization club who's been doing this for like a long time, I think it is also beneficial for us to, sometimes we get stale with ideas and we're like, okay, maybe if we reach out to more clubs and see what they want to do, and if we can kind of incorporate our expertise into it as well, maybe that's something that, the entire campus community would benefit from. So this semester we're already kind of doing 2 collaborations. We are doing an event with Planned Parenthood Generation Action, which is called Tea Talk and Taboo. We're talking about, the different kind of sexual health stigmas across different cultures because, there is so much. And kind of seeing how people kind of deal with it, how people have grown up with it, and how people have kind of challenged that stigma also. And then we're also organizing, working with IC Haitians and IC Poder. We are doing Cari Fiesta, which is happening very soon, and it's like, we're bringing the fiesta to IC. We have Latin food, we have performers, we have like a whole carnival going around in Campus Center. So that's something, like these collaborations really show you how much we can achieve when we are bringing so many kind of like voices together. Because at first it is a little intimidating to be like, okay, we're combining 2-3 e-boards together. We're planning all this for such a, like either a specific event or a large audience group. What if it doesn't work out?
Yeah.
And sometimes it's a dream that kind of passes on, and sometimes it's something that you realize, oh, we can actually make this work. There's actually demand for this, and that's something that whenever that happens, we are really happy and we run with it.
I was wondering if you would be able to tell a story about something that you think, like an experience that you had that really represents what the International Club is all about.
I think, okay, maybe it's not just one experience, but I think I have been, very, at least me personally, I've been very involved with the international student community ever since I kind of came here. I've been on the e-board for many years, and I also worked at the Office of International Programs for a long time, organizing international student orientation for incoming first year and transfer students. So this is work that I've been doing for my entire college career, and it always is really kind of like heartfelt to me when I'm just like walking around campus and I see one of the like freshman or sophomore international students, and they come up and we kind of like sit down, chat, and they're telling me about, either like a job that they just got and they're thriving at, like a club they just joined and they really enjoy, or even that they figured out how to do taxes. Like, those little things when you see people just kind of thriving, making a community, in a lot of our just kind of like fall and spring events. Especially the first events, which are like a little bit smaller, more like intro events, like, with smaller gatherings. You see different friendships forming. And when you see those friendships formed go outside of those events, and you see people, getting lunch together, or even, sometimes maybe performing together at the next event, that's something that really kind of sticks out to me as just like, yeah, like this is something that I was a part of making, and, it just feels amazing.
Yeah, I can say as a minority on campus too that I really appreciate seeing the work that you guys do with not
Thank
only
you.
The international stuff, but just like the small events, like the karaoke.
Yeah.
Like, I saw that was a great success, and I just think you guys are doing some amazing work. And
Thank you so much.
To build off your experience, I wanted to ask, is there maybe a misconception or something that people maybe do not know about the International Club that you would like to clear up?
Yes. So one of the biggest misconceptions that I really want everybody to know that is not true is that the International Club is only for international students or students of certain culture or certain background. We are welcoming to everybody. And I think with one of our goals being to create a safe space, a safe community for celebration and education and learning. That can only be done when there are people from a whole lot of different cultures and backgrounds coming together and celebrating. If we're doing an event like for Carrie Fiesta, just because it's very recent, example, like if you're not from a Latin culture, you don't have to be intimidated by it. I know that it can feel a little intimidating, especially if you're going into a space that's celebrating a culture and you're like, oh, do I want to take up that space? Yeah, go ahead. All of these events that we organize are, welcoming to everybody, and it's just about celebration, and it's about everybody on campus kind of coming together and having fun.
Yeah, of course. So moving on to future events, I was wondering, could you maybe expand on it a little and tell us like what is going on? Because I know about the fashion festival and the bands performing, and I just wanted to get a little more information about that.
Yeah, definitely. So for the semester, we have 2 events coming up. One is Interfashional Night, which is on April 12th. Which is Sunday, so you guys should come up. And that is basically like a fashion show plus talent show type of deal. So we send out kind of these like forms for people to fill out, who are interested in modeling, who are interested in performing. It can be, you can model, a specific attire. You can model for, just celebrating your own country, your own culture, anything like that. Your own state even, like it can be as specific as you want or as broad as you want. You can do it, all alone. You can do it with friends. You can like get a group together, walk on stage, have fun, and also, see performances by dance groups, vocal groups, things like that. And yeah, it's just like you have a lot of fun. We have like catering for like kind of dinner-esque. And yeah, you just get to kind of dress up a little bit fancy if you want to and get a lot of good pictures and celebrate with some good music. And then our kind of last event of the semester we have upcoming is our international graduation reception, which is a smaller event. It is to celebrate the graduating class of international students. So what we do is we kind of order stoles for students who want them with kind of their the flags of their countries. And that is something, stoles, you'd be surprised by how expensive stoles are. So we try to get them ordered and something that they can wear proudly when they walk across the stage in May.
Awesome. Yeah. So for the international for the fashion event, I wanted to ask, I noticed on Instagram that you guys mentioned that you guys were still looking for volunteers. Is that still true? Yes,
we're still looking for models. We're still looking for performers. The signups are open till March 13th, so right before spring break, and it's a short enough form. It takes like 5-10 minutes to fill up. And yeah, we'd love to see as many people as we can representing as many cultures as are possible. And if you have a talent and you want to showcase it, or if you have brand new clothes that you want to showcase outside of your dorm room, please come on, and we'll celebrate you.
Now, to end this podcast with one final question, I just want to ask, what are your hopes for the International Club moving forward, and maybe in the next coming of years, what is the hope that it'll continue?
Yeah, my hope for the International Club is to, again, increase the amount of work that we're doing with other clubs. I see the International Club as like maybe an umbrella organization is not the right word, but like just like an organization that puts on these big events, yes, and like which are kind of in the beginning, at the end of the semester. But there's a lot of work to be done, in the middle. There's so many cultural and identity-based clubs on campus, and a lot of them do a great job organizing their own events. Some of them are just starting up and are smaller and maybe need some guidance as to how they can also organize bigger events, and sometimes it's just about getting a group of people together to try to organize a new idea. So I think that is my hope, is that we continue doing that, I'm as graduation comes up in a couple months, that's something that that I hope that the international club can continue to provide a space for not just students to kind of mingle around with their own culture and celebrate their own culture, but also explore what the world has to offer. We are in this little world, this little campus in South Hill in Ithaca, New York, but there's so much world out there, and a lot of students come from that world. So yeah, it's always nice to explore what's out there.
Awesome. Yeah. Sorry, that's my go-to response. And if there are people who maybe necessarily can't come to the events but want to be able to show their support, is there any way that they're able to do that?
Yeah, always. We are the most active on our Instagram, which is @IC_International Club, where we post all of our event updates, and even some like fun reels that our e-board members try to put on. And yeah, like even if you can't attend an event in person, please share it. We would like to get the word out as much as possible, and the more attendees we get, the more kind of money we're able to request from the college, and that is always great, because then we are able to put on even bigger events with better food and like better like lighting, better sounds and things like that. So yeah, just either attend or share about the events and generate some noise.
And you all heard it here first. Make sure you show up for the Interfashionable Night, and thank you so much, Vineet, for joining us today.
All right, thank you so much.
And thank you all for watching. I'll see you next time.